Legacy Week, Day 4. Looking for Jinzo and Pharaoh's Servant. All right, guys, welcome back to Day 4 of Legacy Week. If you've been following along thus far, you know we've already opened Legend of Blue Eyes, Metal Raiders, Spell Ruler, and today we are going to be opening Pharaoh's Servant. So let's get cracking in and talk about what our perfect box would be. All right, guys, here we are. Now look, let's get into it quick. Let's not waste any time here. If you've been following along, you know what we're doing here. So today is Pharaoh's Servant, and my perfect box for the day, as has been the theme throughout Legacy Week, is for me to figure out exactly what cards I want to pull from my own personal collection. I'd love to hear what your guys' perfect box would be. Let me know down in the comments below. If you like what we have going on here, consider liking the video and subscribing to keep up with Legacy Week as we finish tomorrow with Invasion of Chaos. But go ahead and open into this. What we want to see Jinzo in our secret rare slot. That one's easy. But then in our ultra rare slots, we want to see Buster Blader, as well as Thousand Eyes Restrict. And then finally in our super rare slot, we want to see Magical Hats, Grave Robber, Limiter Removal, and Nobleman of Crossout. Let's get cracking in and see if we can have some early pulls on our perfect box. Starting off with an Earthshaker, Skull Mariner, Respect Play, Gradius, Solomon's Law Book, Spikebot, Type 0 Magic Crusher, Vampire Baby in the rare slot. Starting off with a very interesting rare. Always thought that one was cool. And let's see if we're gonna have first pack. It's an Armored Glass. All right. Look, that's okay. You can't start with everything already firing off. If you watched yesterday's opening with Spell Ruler, you'll know that ratios are like a comforting bed and a prison all at the same time, because you know you're going to get a certain amount of things. Also, these cards have got a little bit of a warp to them. You see that? Just a little bit of an inverse warp. So I hope that that's not throughout the whole box, or at least something we can lay out and flatten out. But yeah, we have Bubonic Vermin, which I always thought was an interesting card. It's just a rat that spreads the plague, which I love. It's very simple. We have Solemn Wishes, Dark Fire Soldier number 1, Gradius, Dark Fire Soldier number 2. Look at that. We're having the perfect pack starting off here. We have Type 0 Magic Crusher, Science Soldier, Appropriate, which seems like the appropriate card to let us in on our first foil, a Flying Kamikiri number 2. I've never noticed that. But yeah, these ratios can be good and bad, because once you kind of pull what your ratios are, your steam is kind of out of your cells. You can always hope for error boxes, but that's a dangerous game to play with yourself. So we'll see what we get today. We're going to go ahead and start with an Insect Barrier, Mr. Volcano Classic. He reminds me, even though I know he doesn't look like this, if you've watched the, I think it was 1999, maybe 2000, but Mystery Men, he looks like the Blue Raja, played by Hank Azaria. We have Light of Intervention, DNA Surgery, Minor Goblin Official, Inspection, Twin-Headed Fire Dragon, classic card, and Light Force Sword in the rare slot. So let's see if that's hiding something better for us behind there. A Major Riot. So we're 3-0 right now. After yesterday's experience, I think I'm okay with that. Of the 5 boxes, what have been your favorite reissues so far? Are you a little upset that they did not give Dark Crisis the same booster box treatment? Let me know down in the comments below. Sword Hunter, sick art. Always love this one. Respect Play. Wing Weaver, also a sick art. 7 completed. Cyber Falcon. Burning Land. Time Seal. Mishizer. I don't actually know how to pronounce that. You're going to have to forgive me. And an Island Turtle. All right. Starting off slow. I'd really like for this to be the first box that kind of has a good, drawn out, consistent foil rate in terms of how often we get them. But I'd also love for this box to be our first error box, and maybe we can get Jinzo and Imperial Order, since that does seem to happen occasionally. Pack Trick. Flame Champion, looks like something out of Dark Souls. Love that. A warrior protected by a flaming shield that nullifies any attack. Any attack, you say. Drill Bug, Gamble, Shadow of Eyes, Simple Arts, Minor Goblin Official, Reign of Mercy, Hayabusa Knight, okay, in the rare slot, to give way to a Mirror Wall. Okay. I'm okay with this one. I have this card already as in one of the other reprints. Let's see, it was hiding an Insect Barrier behind there. As has been the case so far, a truly perfect box that I called every shot. That's what we're calling a perfect box. Is not quite alive and well, but this Mirror Wall is still a good pull, and we'll have some fun with what we do have. Going into another pack, we've at least broken our foil barrier. All right. We have Deep Sea Warrior. As you may remember, he was in the season with Noah, or the little arc with Noah in the virtual world. He was one of the deck masters. I don't know if you guys saw it, but there was a rumor floating around a while back, right after my own friends group. We were kind of going through it, Drill Bug, where we were talking about it'd be cool if Yu-Gi-Oh did something to kind of play similar to what we see. There goes Thousand Eyes Idol. Maybe that means that we'll get somewhere. But we thought it'd be cool to have like instead of commander, have a deck master where you choose that. Skull invitation in a rare slot, and let's see if it's hiding, much like the other boxes, another foil. Our secret this early in. I'm okay with it. It's Imperial Order. I mean, it's still a secret. All right. You see, it is a nice secret. I'll give them that. It's a cool card. I just really wanted a Jinzo. Hiding another Flame Champion. Nullified from all attacks. I am 0 for 2 on my box calls right now, so we'll see if that luck continues up. I'd really like the Buster Blader and the Thousand Eyes Restrict, though, so maybe I can get lucky enough to pull that out. But yeah, would you guys be interested in a alternate format, much like people are already interested with things like GOAT and Edison, but where the whole point was for you to have a deck master that you could pull into play and kind of have a version that's not too far off from what the show was doing? I think that could be interesting. Now, it's always nice to have something to shake things up. One of the things that my friend group and I were doing is we built a board, or rather, there we are, Shallow Grave in our rare slot. Let's see real quick if that's hiding something. Oh, Fairy Meteor Crush. I've already got that one. Cool card, though. Yep. If the equipped monster attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. Couple that with my Mahavilo I forgot to put up over here. Maybe we can have a cool combo. One of the ways that we've been doing, I don't know if you guys have played any of the Yu-Gi-Oh! PS2 games. I hope you have. There was this game called Duelist of the Roses, which is a beloved game for a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan base. And we basically made a board that was like that, but we've been playing modern style decks in it. So we found ways to work in Exceed summoning, Synchro summoning, Link summoning, all of that, but with some limitations, and we built a board around that. So that might be something fun to do and actually film one day and put up here if you guys are interested in seeing it. 4-starred Ladybug of Doom. Let me know down in the comments below. Solemn Wishes, Cold Wave, Invitation to a Dark Sleep, Inspection, Gust, Shift in the rare slot, and let's see if we're going to get another holo this early on. That's a breath of relief because I don't want to see them all right now. Have you guys opened any Pharaoh Servant? Did you get lucky enough to pull the Jinzo? Make me jealous. Let me know. Pack Trick. These cards are still warped. I'm a little worried about that. I mean, none of them are just terrible, but we have Numinous Healer, Kistatai. I always thought that was a very interesting art. It's another one of those arts that just lingers with me, kind of like Malevolent Nuzzler from the pack yesterday. The Oni Tank T34. That's a sick art. That Oni mask is cool. Three-headed Guido. I do not have my Oni mask in frame, but I do actually. It's not an Oni mask, but it's not far. I have the mask from Ghost of Tsushima off to the left of me. Twin-headed Fire Dragon, Dark Bat, Dimension Hole in our rare slot. Not seeing a lot of repeats there. Let's see if I've called my own mess up here. And an Infinite Dismissal. All right, keep going into this pack. About a third of the way through, I'd say right now. Speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh games, my friend sent me a video the other day of the World Tournament game for the Game Boy, and I was a little bit more partial to the Sacred Cards on Game Boy. Sky Scout, if I remember correctly, he was Harpy's brother before they decided to just ruin that. Solomon's Law Book, both of those Game Boy Advance games are fun. Gladius, Overdrive, Mystic Probe, Mad Sword Beast in our rare slot, not seeing a repeat still, and an Island Turtle, looking good. I don't know the chances of a double secret box, but I would lose my proverbial bowels if I got one. That'd be pretty sick. Insect Limitation, Dark Fire Soldier #1, Bite Shoes, Girachin Kuwagata, Dark Fire Soldier #2. We keep seeing them both in the same pack. World Suppression, Ground Collapse, a Monster Recovery in our rare slot. Let's see what that brings behind it. A Deep Sea Warrior. One of the options I could potentially choose to be my deck master. If you watch the animes, are you a big fan of the English dub, and do you have the memories that come along with that? Or have you, in your adulthood, decided to go and check out the original Japanese sub? I've heard great things about it, and I've got back on my shelf, I don't think you can see it in camera right now, but I do have Yu-Gi-Oh! Volume 1 through 3. So I plan to finally check that out. I know about a lot of the stories, but I've never actually read them through. So I need to do that soon. We have Forced Requisition in our rare slot, and a Bombardment Beetle right behind him. I don't know if I'm actually familiar with this card. Simple enough art. It screams old school Yu-Gi-Oh to me, so I believe it. You know, we had a lot of fun with Hungry Burger yesterday and his recipe. I don't know if there is a common in this set that's just as fun to immediately have. Probably the bubonic vermin. I think that might be one to have a little fun with on the editing side. We have Drill Bug, Sky Scout, I'm going to call him Harpy's brother, DNA Surgery, Enchanted Javelin, Attack and Receive, Spike Bot, Magic Drain, again a new one in that slot to make way for a Premature Burial. If there was going to be a deviation, I was debating between Premature Burial being one of my ultras in my perfect list. I am not upset with this one. There's far worse cards to have be there. This is a beautiful, beautiful print. Are you a big fan of these cards seeing the new treatment? Do you like that, or do you actually prefer the old school art? One thing I thought Yu-Gi-Oh has been really interesting about is that games like Pokemon have recently updated their edges to be, you know, completely silver and changed their art. Magic has changed formats plenty of times throughout its life, and to the point where they're releasing decks that have that old one. And I know set rotation makes that easier because you're not going to see cards in play, so your deck will always have that matching look. But I'd say Yu-Gi-Oh strikes me as very interesting that they're like the one card game that has really stuck to their design and not changed it much. Minor Goblin Official, I mean, they of course have fun during the new types of extra deck monsters that they put out, but you know, that's a good time. We have Dimension Hole in the rare slot. Buster Blader! Yes! Yes, Buster Blader. All right, this is sick. That does, again, back-to-back ultras, but look at him. A beautiful card. This is one of my all-time favorites growing up. I just thought he was such a cool looking monster, and his effect was so cool. There's a really pretty secret rare print that they did in the Legendary Collection Yugi's World back in like 2013. I have one of those and I love that one, but there's nothing like an original pack. I keep saying original. I know these are reissues, but it's saying Pharaoh's Servant and being the original rarity is close enough for me. So let's get this bad boy in sleeve and let's see what we keep getting. All right, I'm getting a little worried here. First, because I'm not seeing another bubonic vermin. I gotta make that change. It's gonna be our new meme card for the video. And secondarily, speak of the devil. There he is. All right, he's gonna spread some germs. Maybe he spread some good luck to the rest of the cards in this pack, because I'm getting a little worried also because yesterday we saw a similar rate of getting our holos, and it led to some disappointment at the end. So I'm gonna try and keep a better mindset today, Thousand Eyes Idols. There goes Overdrive. Morphing Jar number 2, treating me well in the rare slot, much like that. And let's see if we're gonna get another. Okay, there we go. Major Riot. Whew. We don't have to worry about the wind coming out of my cells just yet. All right, come on, baby. Give me another bubonic rap. Well, that didn't happen. Major Riot, the regulation of Tribe. There he goes, the Blue Raja. Even though he's red, 7 completed. Driving Snow, I never said he was perfect. Burning Land, Twin-Headed Fire Dragon. Hey, Nobleman of Extermination. Maybe I can still get my Nobleman of Crossed out. Let's see if that's a harbinger for a Sword Hunter. Glad to see. As much as I may want that Nobleman of Crossed out, I want to save some foil magic for the end. So yeah, did you have any favorite Yu-Gi-Oh games growing up? I'd love to hear about that. Ooh, there goes a Rat Boy again, spreading some good luck. Sky Scout, Harpy's brother, Metal Detector, DNA Surgery, Girochin Kuwagata, Thousand Eyes Idol, Dark Bat, Magic Drain in the rare slot, giving way to a Deep Sea Warrior in our final slot. So we're nearing the end. So, oh, Yami has been sacrificed. I apologize, Yami. You are needed for your last pack magic. If you saw yesterday's video, I hope you forgive me for my sin I've committed. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, Flying Kamakiri number 2, Skull Mariner, the Blue Raha. I'll call him the Red Raha. How about that? Steel Ogre Grotto number 2, Gift from the Mystical Elf. Souls of the Forgotten. That always struck me, you know, in Hercules. And it's funny. I, of course, watched Disney movies growing up, but my memory of Disney movies are so skewed by the version that I saw of those worlds in Kingdom Hearts. And that kind of reminds me of the part in Kingdom Hearts 2 where you're running through Hades and you can see the little soul walls. We have Light Force Sword in our rare slot. Yeah, okay. I've gotten 2 of the cards so far. I'll take it. And that gives way to an Earth Shaker. All right, quite happy about that one. Let's give this one its moment to quite literally shine. still a useful card. This is a card you still see in play, depending on the decks you play around. You know, like I always talk about with our friends having their own meta. Sometimes it's just fun to have a meta that's 3 of the structure decks. So the Cyber Strike structure deck ran that, was a pretty big one around us for just a little bit. Speaking of structure decks, man, there's been some pretty killer ones lately. Do you have one that's really stood out to you? Doko, okay, help me out here for a second, guys. Dokuro Yaiba. I think I did that one pretty all right. All right, we have the Regulation of Tribe, Wing Weaver, Solomon's Law Book, Invitation to a Dark Sleep, which sounds an awful lot like what you get when you join the Dark Brotherhood. In the Elder Scrolls games, we have Time Seal, Science Soldier, Skull Invitation, inviting us to hopefully not get our last, okay, yeah, again, whew, we need more Rat Boys. We're about 4 packs left after this one. Still calling, still hoping, still praying to the heart of the cards, the heart of the box, the heart of the packs, whatever you want to call it, that I can, in one of these boxes, get an error box. That would just be really cool. Oni Tank T34, Gift of Mystical Elf, Spikebot, Inspection, Morphing Jar number 2. I'm okay with it. There's 4 packs left, but this was one of my other cards. So I am 3 for 7 on my perfect box calls, giving way to a Flame Champion. Give it its time to shine. Soak it in. Soak it up. It's a beautiful card. Going straight into my binder collection. What I've really decided on these, I'm just going to do a binder that is straight up all of my Legend of Blue Eyes pulls, all of my Metal Raiders pulls, and just kind of do them in order that way. If I can get my hands on some other old school packs like Labyrinth of Nightmare Labyrinth, whatever it was called, as well as Chronic Light or whatever. There's other packs that I would have liked to have seen get this treatment. I understand that they can't do it for all of them. So I'd like to start making kind of like an old school setup binder to where I can just have a collection moving forward. I don't want to collect literally everything. I just kind of want to have pulls I've gotten. The Eye of Truth, 7 completed. DNA Surgery, Burning Land, Spikebot, a Vampire Baby coming back around, and an Insect Barrier. So no error box yet. We've got 3 more packs to figure that out. With these being out, do you have one box, one pack that you would have liked seen given this treatment? All right, we have Infinite Dismissal, Skull Mariner, Kisetai, Invitation to a Dark Sleep, Cold Wave, Attack and Receive, Time Seal, a Gravity Bind. I think that might be the first time we've gotten that one. So our rares are doing well to us again. And let's see. A Dokuro Yaiba, as we think we've landed on how to pronounce that. 2 more packs down. Bless these cards. Thank you. If nothing else, I want to see one more Rat Boy. Give me what you got. Rat Boy! All right, let's see. Give him his time. Let's see. Bubonic Vermin, Metal Detector, Harpy's Brother, 3-headed Guido, Steel Ogre Grotto number 2, Attack and Receive, Dark Bat, ooh, Prohibition, another rare I've yet to get. All right, guys, right now, serious moment. We're down to 2 packs, right? That means that there's a potential for a card behind here and a potential for a card in our other pack. So right now, I need you to send me all your luck by liking this video. Like it, subscribe if you like what we have going on. Maybe that will transfer over into this moment. Let's see. A Sword Hunter. Okay, that's all right. If you liked it, don't think, oh, that was a wasted like, because first and foremost, you liked me. I appreciate that. But secondarily, it's down to last pack magic, and kind of like the Spirit Bomb from Dragon Ball, I like to imagine that the amount of likes we can bring in, the amount of subs that we can get from this video can help, and that energy will be manifested here right now. This is what we're gonna do. If you're new for some reason to me, this is what we do with last packs. So join us in the process. We have little Yami back there. We tap his head. We tap the puzzle. That way we can hopefully get that, you know, that Pharaoh top deck that he has to get. We bring it up. We give it a little smooch. And then the ASMR comes to life. You ready? You hear the cards, the rares, wanting to come to you. That sound is making its way through the microphone to tickle your ears, to tickle those hairs deep down inside. Let's see what we have. Last pack, we have Insect Imitation, Bite Shoes, Stilettos from Hell. We have Light of Intervention, Shadow of Eyes, Enchanted Javelin, World Suppression, a lot of trap cards. Mystic Probe, is this a full trap pack? Maybe that means it's hiding a Jinzo back there. Prohibition. Maybe not. Let's see. And an earth shaker. All right, that means our box gave exactly what it was supposed to as far as ratios have gone. If you've liked what we had going on today, like I said, like the video, subscribe, be back tomorrow when we open our final box and bring Legacy Week to a close with Invasion of Chaos. Maybe, just maybe, I can pull a Blackluster Soldier, a Chaos Emperor Dragon, who knows. But be back with me tomorrow. This is Brett reminding you once more to check out Triangle Squared if you like video games and want to hear me and my buddy Chris talk about the games industry from the point of view of fans, first and foremost, but also fans of PlayStation. So we play everything. If you don't like PlayStation, I still urge you to try it out, see if it's your speed. But until tomorrow, once more, this is Brett, and I'll see you then.